I think there's a thing that's too pretty that some girls, it's like you got to have a touch of ugly in there. You got to be 95% of one thing and 5% of another thing. That you got to have a touch of something that makes them weird.
Give them some sort of like personality.
Well, you look at every supermodel and it's just there's something where it's like there's a touch of ugly in there.
Yeah. You know what? As odd as it is to say, I can see where you're coming from with this. Where someone who's 100% like through plastic surgery or something, there's just something off. There's something that it's uncanny.
You don't want those Barbie girls.
It looks weird. It's like that Katy Perry that we saw on the cover of The Sims.
Katy Perry did not look perfect.
But I'm saying it looked weird, and that made it all right. It made it okay.
No, Katy Perry is okay because her jugs are fat.
Like a cow.
Those are some fat jugs. Hello and welcome to the Roboboots Podcast, as well as the SuperRoboPlay Podcast. And I believe this will be the first episode that is simultaneously uploaded to the or not at the same time, but on the SuperRoboPlay channel.
So if you're on YouTube watching / listening to this, welcome. We've done lots of these.
Yeah, this is like the 100 millionth episode we've done of these. And if you'd like to go back and listen to them, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe to us on iTunes and listen like crazy.
You know what would be fun? If we actually did like the video cast we've always talked about wanting to do. It would give us a reason to push it up on YouTube. I think it would be something to look into.
An evolution. If you guys are listening to this and you think you're a minute and a half in and you're like, wow, I like this. I like the way
I like the way you talk about women. That pleases me. The first one. But yeah, so if you are seeing this, then you know that we've changed the format a little bit.
You got to have something that makes you unique. That's what I'm saying.
I think so. What is it for you? What do you think makes you...
Huge dilly.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like a whale?
The dilly
narwhal?
The dilly bar.
The dilly bar.
Yep.
That's the one thing that makes you, Alex Hanley, super unique.
The biggest one.
Out of in the world.
In history.
In history? What about Rasputin?
There's me.
Mm-hmm.
There's Genghis Khan.
Is he known for having a giant dilly-dally?
All of us are part Khan. That's why in that movie, the Khan.
We'll get to that.
No, we won't.
We will.
We haven't made one of these in a while just because everybody's been so busy.
Oh my God. The life of Jason Church over these past few weeks has been
the American dream.
Kind of, but not really. If anything, it's the birth of the American dream with what I'm trying to accomplish. Because that's what everyone wants. If you don't know, I'm sorry. Can you do that again?
No.
Oh, is it gone?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Alex Hanley, and that's Jason Church.
But if you're watching this, you know.
But there's going to be people who are listening to this on iTunes.
I guess, we should say.
It's both. It's on Roboboots Podcast on iTunes, and it's going to be on YouTube. So we don't need to explain that again. Every Saturday, hopefully.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday, because if we don't record one, we'll just put up a classic episode instead.
Yeah.
So.
But we thought this was a good change. And again, for those who only listen for Roboboots and not for SuperRoboPlay, skip ahead 5 minutes, we'll get whatever. But we just thought it would be good for the series rather than pushing out an episode every day of the same stuff, that we'd give you a little more insight into what we've done for years now.
So Saturdays will be a podcast day and Sundays will be a behind the scenes day. And then the other 5 days will just be regular gameplay. With probably Monday through Thursday being like alternating series.
Yeah.
And then Friday being a special series.
Yeah. But I don't think a lot of people realize, like, I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing some more behind the scenes stuff. Because that's actually where we got our start. I feel like we've never really talked about it on any of the Super RoboPlay episodes, of that we primarily come from like doing live action short skits and of that nature. So it'll be fun to do them again. Well,
this will be a fun way for people that are fans of Super RoboPlay to get to know the people that they've been watching in the videos.
Yeah.
A little bit about us. And we're not going to explain entirely who we are. But yes, we started off with a channel called Roboboots on YouTube. We did some videos on our channel, on Machinima. We've had 1 million views total over
more than that now.
Yeah. And that's just on with the Roboboots stuff. Over like 20 or 30 videos, and now we have 99, 100 or whatever.
Which is crazy that we've been able to push so much content out because we do this as sort of like a hobby. And, you know, we push up content when we can, and we thought SuperRoboPlay would be like a really good way to get ourselves to just keep making stuff, because it sort of forces you into this like everyday mentality, and we've been pretty damn good about it.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I try to explain to people that I remember Rocco Bodie of Mega 64 talking about how he has this thing in him where he has to create something every day, otherwise he feels the day has been wasted.
You know what? I can definitely understand that, where if I have a day where I haven't done something, it feels like a day is wasted. It feels wrong. Mm-hmm.
Although it has been nice in the time that we've had off not to be so focused on that kind of stuff, even though it's like it doesn't consume that much of my day, but at the same time it's been nice to sort of like, to have a little SuperRoboPlay vacation, then get back right into the swing of things.
Yeah, we're still working on, well, by the time you see this, up on the channel at least, the 100th episode
will have gone up.
Yeah, will have probably gone up, but we'll talk about that next Saturday, whenever this Saturday is.
Yeah.
We're still working the kinks out, but yeah, the podcast has always been sort of a thing for us to sort of just unwind, speak our minds, and
the way this is going to work is the podcasts will go up whenever they go up on iTunes. Basically, the night that they're recorded, they'll go up. We do our best to keep them weekly. It's been more monthly, but like we have over 100 episodes. So there's plenty of content if you're not familiar. But regardless, it will be weekly on the channel, and it'll be Saturday every day.
Yeah.
The podcast on iTunes, though, could be any day of the week. So if you're listening to it on iTunes, you will get it before it goes up on YouTube.
Yeah, and there's a link on the channel. There's a link in this. So enough of that. That's what we do. But
there might not be a link on the channel, but I'll try to put it somewhere.
Oh God, can we talk about that? The new YouTube One channel and
Xbox One channel,
and if you don't know, if you're not actually a YouTube like creator, you just watch YouTube stuff for video, maybe you don't even have an account, so this doesn't really apply to you. But YouTube's been rolling out this YouTube One sort of new channel look, and it's just they finally said, hey, you have until, when was it, June
6 or something?
Yeah, something very soon, that they're saying if you don't do it yourself, we will do it manually for you. And it's just like, fuck. So we've been having to...
Well, and those of you who have seen our channel, very pretty channel, very nice channel. Designed it myself. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're going to have to redesign it for YouTube One channel. And that will be me doing that, and that'll be fun. Because I did that. I also have a side channel that's just Dark Souls stuff, and perhaps you know of that as well. I just redesigned that, and it was like such a lazy slapdash, like, because
that's what it incites. It's like, okay, here we're just going to make this one unified blank white background, and you get a little banner, and that's it.
Well, it doesn't make sense because it's you have to upload one image, and that image is for everything. And it's like, why can't I do specific ones for each one? Because it's like, well, it's not going to look good on the biggest version. Like, what am I trying to optimize this for? Which one? It's like, I believe most...
Which one, YouTube? Which one do you want?
Most of people's traffic is not mobile. Like, it's usually half and half, but it's mostly on your desktop or on your laptop.
I think most traffic for actually watching videos is mobile. I don't think going to channels people...
Perhaps that's what they're trying to change. I'm not sure.
I just don't understand, because apps and stuff and the way that YouTube is set up on mobile, it doesn't...
I never watch YouTube on my phone, on my phones. The most watching of YouTube I do is on my PlayStation 3, which you can't even access a channel anyways.
Yeah. I've never really had the need to go on my phone for mobile stuff. The only thing is, like, if I want to listen to a song, I'll go into... Because I have yet to actually upgrade my iPhone to 6.0 or whatever the iOS is.
7 comes out soon.
Is it? Because specifically what I do a lot of the time is I will go to the YouTube app, I'll start playing a song, and then I'll turn off my phone, put it into sleep mode or whatever, and have the YouTube app will still play it. And that was removed for 6.0. I was like, well, I'm not going to upgrade my phone, because that's one of the few things I do with my phone is do that. So it's very bizarre that they're doing this, and frankly...
Hey, get Spotify, you pussy.
Do we even have Spotify in
I don't think so.
Canada?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and that's another thing is the Netflix thing.
Netflix.
Holy shit!
Yeah, a friend let me use their Netflix, and I let Jason use that Netflix.
Yeah.
So we're all fucking the system over.
But you know what? My parents have the Canadian Netflix, and they were like, "Hey, you should go look at it. Go look at the stuff." And it's like, well, there's nothing on here. There's nothing on the Canadian Netflix. There's Arrested Development and Corner Gas. I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, but I had the Canadian Netflix back in 2010, and I'll tell a story that I probably told before. 2010, I lived by myself. I had a lot of money. I was a very fancy little boy.
You were very fancy. You were buying clothes all the time.
Yeah, and I still own those clothes.
Which is good, because you will own them for the rest of your life now.
Yeah, and everything else is stuff that I find. I'm wearing a hat that I found. I found
French knit hat.
Yeah, I found like a little wool, like green hat. I'm sure it's in a picture of me somewhere. It's on my Tumblr. It's my Tumblr picture. But it's nice. It's comfy. I don't know where these jeans came from.
You know,
I didn't buy these jeans.
You know what's happening? You're getting to the point in your life where clothes no longer are important to you in how they look, but in how they feel.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
No, because I have clothes like. Well, the thing is, like, people have like clothes that are comfy for them, and clothes that they just wear outside and stuff. There's different.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm home, I don't wear any clothes. I'm just walking around in my underwear.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, well, you will.
Oh, in San Diego?
Because my fucking logic is, well, if I'm not going to go outside, why would I wear a pair of clothes and just get them dirty with my body?
Yeah.
So I just walk around in my underwear and do that. But no, back to my story. Back in 2010, I got Netflix because it had just come to the PS3 then, or I
think it was around then, yeah.
I don't know. But I got Netflix because I was like, why not? That makes sense. I've always heard how good Netflix was. And I got it, and it was $8 a month. And the selection was not that good back then. But I thought, well, for $8 a month, like, perhaps it'll be worth it. Just something to have on in the background. And
with the idea being like, a movie you go see is like $8. You buy it, it's like $8. So it's like it pays for itself if you watch something.
Netflix is an incredible deal.
Yeah.
But I was having a girl over. I had only been on like 1 or 2 dates with her. It was like third date.
Yeah.
Coming back to my place.
And Netflix is gonna get you laid.
Coming back to my place. Gonna have some Dan. Gonna snuggle the fuck up. Gonna put on a movie on the TV.
Yeah.
Hey Netflix, what you got? And we're going through movies, and then we see a movie called Exam. And I remember on Slash Film, the Slash Film podcast, they had reviewed Exam.
Yeah.
And it was like a thriller and all this. And I was like,
you gonna thriller?
I was thinking like, oh, girls like, and this girl thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And the whole premise of it is like these top people that are all looking to get this job are brought into this room, and only one person gets the job, and
they get exam.
There's an exam in front of you, and flip it over, and there's an hour or something on the clock. Flip it over and write the answer to the just fill it out. They flip it over, the page is blank. They have 1 hour, and this is like a job that'll change your fucking life or whatever.
Sounds riveting.
The thing is, no, but it's like they fucking start like trying to kill each other, and there's all this like secret stuff, like the lights and all this stuff. It's well made, I guess, but the thing is, oh no, I figured out what the twist was like fucking right away.
Split.
Where it's just like a trick question.
Yeah.
Like she asks like, are there any questions?
No.
Yeah, and that's what it was. That's literally what it was.
Are you kidding me?
No. Spoilers for Exam.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, are there any questions? It was just no. First person to do it's like, what if someone just said no? Okay, your job's yours.
Okay, everyone out.
Why did they have all these like they were like secrets and all this stuff, blacklight and all this like all this stuff that was just misdirect. And one of the guys that was in the exam room was actually the guy who owned the company. And he was analyzing the whole time. It was like a Saw thing. He was acting like a weirdo. Yeah. And he actually was like a weirdo and stuff. But he wanted to pass like the organization off to somebody else.
The U.S. government is like, why do we allow him to conduct these like examination processes? He's killing people.
Anyway,
people are dying.
I can't remember what. Then the corporation was some important corporation that was going to be in charge of like whatever. started watching this movie, and I'd already kind of figured it out, but I could see that, she was getting into it.
She's like, whoa, what's
Yeah,
going
she was
on?
like following along. 2/3 into the fucking movie, it just starts buffering, and I was like, oh, I had 100 megabyte per second, same internet I have now.
Yeah.
Fast ass internet. It's just buffering, and I had to quit on Netflix. PS3 crashes. I have to start it up again. Go to Netflix. Luckily, it remembers where you were.
Yeah.
Play it again. 2 minutes later, starts buffering again.
Oh, no.
And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I'll fix it.
I swear, this doesn't happen, usually. I'm just
2/3
nervous.
into the movie, it's like hyping up, and it's just fucking for the next like 40 minutes or whatever. It was this constant thing of like having to quit the app,
That's a
reload the
mood
lap.
killer.
App would go to the router, restart the router, restart my PS3, maybe delete Netflix, reinstall Netflix.
fuck.
Just all these things where
God damn it, Netflix.
yeah, and hey, Netflix, and the thing is, very next day, no, fuck this, cancel my subscription, fuck you, Netflix.
Yeah, well, of course.
It's like, it ruined my chance of getting laid, completely ruined the night.
Oh, my God.
Where it was like, yeah, this is going good, Netflix, no. Netflix, no.
Netflix is cock-blocking you to the extreme.
It did. And I was like, fuck this Netflix. I remember she came over like the next day or the day after that, and she's like, do you want to try like watching a movie again? I was like, no, I fucking got rid of Netflix. Fuck Netflix.
She's like, wow, that really turns me on.
But we did watch a movie because I had just bought
Evangelion.
No, Inception on Blu-ray.
I'm close enough.
So we watched that, and
That's a movie that'll get you off.
I can't even remember that. There was something about that where Inception ended. Oh, do you know what it was? She was playing with my cats for the entire movie. I'd already seen Inception 3 times, and this is like the 4th time watching. She'd never seen it. Yep, playing with my cats the entire movie. The ending happens, and she was just sort of like, "Oh, okay." Didn't just sort of like whoosh,
right over her head.
Wasn't really paying attention. I was sort of like trying to have a discussion. Yep, she wasn't following along.
You were just like, I wish Jason was here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also, she was allergic to cats.
Why was she playing with the cats then?
That's what I kept trying to say was, I knew she was allergic. She knew she was allergic.
Okay.
And it was sort of like, oh, no, it's fine. I can play with them a little bit. She was
For
like
the next 2.5 hours.
She was basically rubbing baby Andrew all over her face.
She's the cause of his issues.
Maybe. But then she was like gonna stay the night that night and was just like she was and now I'm just getting like I'm just bashing, but it's like who cares? It's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
She was just like just like, lady, get out of my bed. Just like the worst. No, it's like she couldn't sleep. She'd have to go to she went to the bathroom to try to wash her eyes because they're all puffy and red. It's like fucking. I fucking told you. You could have watched the fucking movie.
Netflix is like.
So yeah, her and I have been dating for 3 years. We're gonna get married.
Oh shit!
No, that shit did not last.
Well, obviously red signs. Red lights at the Stein shop.
At the Stein shop.
The Bill Stein shop. But yeah.
Now
in comparison, now Netflix.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say now. I don't know.
What? I did say now.
No, now I have a go-to movie. Now it's gonna have a girl come over, watch a movie.
Primer.
Yeah, Primer. We're like, hey, let's see what you think of this.
It's only 8 minutes long, so we can put it on again right after we watch it.
Which is recommended.
It is.
Tell her that, push up my glasses. Well, it's recommended.
Dr. Sass.
No, it's Crazy Stupid Love. That's the perfect chick flick.
I have yet to see that.
And the funny thing about Crazy Stupid Love is that the Ryan Gosling character, who's a perfect pickup artist, he has a routine that he always goes to.
Shit!
When he brings a girl over to his house, he has this thing where he puts on this music from Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
And then he does this thing where he lifts the girl above his head.
What?
And because that's the scene that happens in Dirty Dancing and stuff. And that's his routine, and I just thought it was funny that literally 3 times I have watched that movie with a girl, and it's been good luck every time. So, everybody, Crazy Stupid Love, get it. Maybe it's on Netflix. I don't fucking know.
It probably is.
Don't fucking risk it. Don't let the fate of your punani getting that sweet tender meat. Don't put that in Netflix's hand because they'll fuck with you. They'll be like, Yeah, they know. There's the Xbox One. It watches Netflix. Watches it.
It knows your heart rate.
It's a monitor on your heart.
It's like, this guy's heart rate is too high. We need to get it down.
Where it's like, hey, you only pay us $8 a month. We get to have our fun too.
But no, in comparison, now that we have access to American Netflix, it's like,
oh yeah, but Canadian Netflix, there's fucking nothing on it. And the great thing is, they don't like check your region. You just have American Netflix, and it's like, all right, we know you're in Canada, but it's America. It's like,
sure.
They don't care.
Yeah. Well, why would they? It's more money.
Well, and also, it's like that account that we're using, like 30 people are using it. It's like, you think Netflix would just like look and just be like,
how is he watching so many movies at the same time?
All over the country, all over another country.
But, no, you were showing it to me today, and it's just like, how is there... This is what people have access to? No wonder people just sit around and do nothing all day.
It's fucking insanity. You guys don't know how good you have it.
Oh my God. I thought it was bad going down there last year. It's like, everything's cheaper, food is cheaper, internet is cheaper, just everything is cheaper. And
internet, though?
Yeah.
Internet is better here.
It's better.
It's expensive, but there's stuff. But for the most part, in Canada, internet is better than America.
It's just everything here is so... Phones here. Oh my God. Data on phones and everything. It's just like...
Annalise, a friend of ours, posted like a speedtest.net like screenshot of her internet speed. 0.6 downloads, meaning 600 kilobytes per second download, and like 0.01 upload or something.
What? Where does she live? What area?
North Carolina. I don't fucking know.
Weird.
But it's like, yeah, that's fucking garbage. And I posted mine just to rub it in her face. And I went to speedtest.net and 95 download and 5 upload. It's like 5 upload dedicated.
But you never really get 95 megabytes a second download.
Well, I made sure to rub it in her face. I made sure to get wired when I did that. The wireless drops it to like 60.
Yeah.
Like I could, well, I was like, I could do a test right now and show you.
Let's do a test right now, live on the podcast.
I'm at your house.
Yep.
I can't test my internet at your house.
Would not matter. That's funny.
But I got 2 routers, 2 IP addresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all nice. I don't even know. Did we even talk about it last time? I think we must have.
What?
That for the past like month prior to this, I'd been staying with Jason. It's actually been another month. But for all of...
I know. It's been a long time since you left. It's weird. The time is going by so fast lately.
I stayed with Jason for 5 weeks. It felt like maybe a week.
It was very bizarre.
Jason was like... I remember the day that Jason picked me up. I remember the day that Jason dropped me off. And I was like, yeah, that didn't feel like 5 weeks.
It was very strange. Yeah. I think it's because there was so much going on. Just in general. And even same with these, like, this past month. There's been...
Yeah, it's like that was May like 3rd or something. It's May 29th that we're recording this.
So much.
26 days have gone by. It's like, I've already been at my new place for a month.
It does not feel like it.
But it's like, yeah, we've both just been busy.
Very, very busy. For me, it was just like, last weekend, my great-grandfather fell in the shower, and he's just been having terrible health issues. He's apparently better now. But he's 91. Both him and my great-grandmother are 91, which is crazy. They've been married. I was telling you how they've been married for 70 years. And it's just like, how?
At that point, I made a tweet a long time ago about just like, we start off as one person, and then we become 2 people, and then we become one person again. And I mean that in the sense that some people, you're friends with them, and then they start seeing somebody, and they're just one person. Those people are just one people now. It's always like you lump them together. Like you were saying before to me that you're getting, well, now we're spoiling our own reveals. You're getting a place.
I am.
But I wanted to say, like, you were saying how Natasha and Brandon live by it. And it's like,
yeah,
that's one person.
It's one
now.
person.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
You become a couple, and it's just like, oh, you're just one. You're the same person now.
But it's like, that's how humans have evolved to work, in a sense. It's like, no, that's the evolution. That's what we are supposed to do.
The evolution of dance,
I guess. Where was I even trying to go with it? So yeah, they've been together for 70 years, and the thing is, they're both like mentally all there. Like, they're lucky. We're the...
That's a weird way to start that sentence. They're like mentally all there.
It's sort of like make you... It's a cliffhanger.
They're
like,
not senile.
They're not senile. The way that they stay like that is just fucking. Oh man, so much. Alex is looking at me with this cold dead stare. No, they actually gamble a lot. But they get on these like buses, then they take tours.
And these are your great grandparents.
Great grandparents.
My grandpa is I think 77 now. He has cancer. He has liver cancer. Yeah. He's still with us, so it's just a battle.
Isn't life just a battle, though?
Yeah, love is a battlefield. Battlefield 4. But no, he's not there anymore. Oh. Well, he's not like lost it, but it's just like I remember when he was a completely coherent man, and now it's just sort of like, well, he'll just sort of ramble about things. He's just become like a stereotypical old man.
Old man.
Or it's just like, you're just rambling about World War II right now.
Oh, really?
Well, he was not in World War II.
No, I know.
He's just he's a war buff. He likes he's somebody who like painted like metal figurines and stuff, like tin figurines. But now he lives with my uncle, and I don't want to get into that, but it's just like, it's interesting how it's like, oh, some people can be completely okay, and it's like, yeah, he's just like sort of forgetting things. Like he'll call my dad by my uncle's name, or he'll call me by my uncle's name, and just weird stuff like that.
Weird stuff that is very unsettling when you see that. No, like I was saying, my great grandparents, they'll go and gamble, and they stay on their feet. They don't sit still, and that is literally like what you can't do. You can't just stop, because your body will just go, all right, we don't need to do anything anymore. Blech. It's like they just go out.
Your freaking heart will just be like, oh, this is relaxing. Maybe I'll just take a little nap. And that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah, I know. Where it's like, oh man, we could just stop for a little bit.
That's just all. That's a heart attack. That's it. Yep. It's over. So they go off and do stuff like that. But I was just like curious. I was like, so how?
That's another thing that doesn't work. The last podcast was all about things that worked. Your heart just going, that's enough. No. It's like, why don't we all just have pacemakers? Like, that's all a pacemaker is. It creates an artificial pulse. It's like, I guess we don't have a technology.
Do you want to live that long?
Well, no, but I'm saying like, you just wouldn't want the ticker to go, What if it happens to people that are like 50 that just have heart attacks?
It's true. Yeah.
Some people don't even have like cholesterol or stuff like that. It just happens.
Like, your heart just goes, oh, I don't need to do this.
Today was fucking stressful. I don't want to fucking have a nap.
Heart, you can't have a nap. Heart?
What?
What? Oh, he's fine. It's just a mild like a heart attack.
And that happens too.
Yes, it does. You just need a little bit of a little pick me up. So yeah, he's been in the hospital, and we went to go see him before on the weekend, and it was just like seeing someone who, while old, and obviously they start shrinking, start getting saggy and blah blah blah. Seeing them in the hospital, just like his hair looking whiter than usual, and him just looking smaller than usual. It's a very weird thing, and I just realized that I really don't like hospitals. There's something that is so uncaring about them, that you go there and there's all these people who are just so busy, and that you have to talk to them, and they're so...
Fuck hospitals, fuck schools, fuck airports, fuck doctors' offices, say fuck libraries too.
You think these are places that people are supposed to come to, and they're supposed to be like something warm and welcoming and open about them, and there could be anything further from the truth.
Fuck public restrooms. And just the fuck funerals too, because I think I don't know why people think that's a thing, that it's like, oh, we have to do this.
That's acceptable.
That's the weirdest fucking thing.
Look at that thing that my parents went to a few weeks back, the celebration of life. And this was a guy who had died last fall. And then they waited this long, and then they're like, let's have a celebration of life. But we still, everyone wore black. And
it's like, I guess that's okay, but it's like, I want to make sure nobody do that for me. And I want everyone to know that I'm not going to go to your funeral. None of that shit. Fuck that.
It's a weird thing, and people treat it like, no, we'll remember them. It's like, well, no, the last memory I have of them, I don't want it to be this depressing as fuck thing where I see sometimes
see everyone they love fucking crying their eyes out. It's like, I don't think that's a matter of being in denial. It's just sort of like, well, this is not okay. Like, it's okay to grieve, but I don't need to see somebody's dead body.
Yeah.
right? It's like, that's not something I need personally. It's funerals. It's just a weird thing where it's like, the fucking concept of it is something from like the 19th century where it was like
earlier.
Well, no, I'm saying like this. It seems like something that they did. By fucking candlelight, and you're sending them off to the fucking heaven and stuff. It's just like it's 21st century. It's like, here's what we should do is upload their data into an iPod. And we'll jam out forever. I don't know. It's like the new funerals.
New funerals?
Yeah, someone should invent a new way. I guess there are new ways all the time.
There are.
Stuff this body full of hay and feed it to the cows.
I want like a...
You want to be a cow?
No! I want to have like a space Viking funeral. Take my body, put it into a casket, send it off into space. Lands on some other planet. Maybe my body will become like the seed of life on another planet. Well,
there's that thing too. There's this... I remember seeing this on Tumblr where you can get a thing where they cremate you and then they sort of like mix you in with like fertilizer and a seed, but you become a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
The nutrients of your, which I don't know how much of you becomes the tree, but they basically take you and they make you into like a thing that becomes a tree.
That's cool.
It's like, all right.
I like that.
Yeah, but it's like, well, let's make sure that tree stays okay.
Suddenly, everyone's treating the tree that is just me.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, guys.
No, but you're just alive as the tree. And it's like, oh, shit, this sucks.
Oh, I'm the fucking crabapple guy from Dudley the Dragon.
They got it right before where it's like, say you... like.
I really hope someone gets that reference.
They Mr. Crabtree. They bury you underground, and then your nutrients go back into the earth.
Well, that's what I hate is how the idea.
But say you live on through all the bugs, and the bugs get eaten by the birds, and say you do live on somehow, but these people got the tree thing. They're just trees. It's like, this sucks.
Oh, fuck!
You're just completely stationary. You're so stiff, and there's birds living in you, and squirrels running all over your fucking.
And you can feel it all.
Yeah.
It's just a gross
You're just
feeling.
Stuck in the rain. It's like, ugh. But at the same time, you like it because it's your only like source of food. Heat and rain are your food now. It's like, oh, I miss pizza so much.
Hey, fatty, bring that pizza over here.
So you stipulate that in your will. Yeah, make me a tree, but please, every once in a while, just take a pizza and just smush it into the tree, just in case. And whatever the newest TV show is, bring that there and just put it on your iPhone or whatever, just in case. Your fucking great grandkids just sit there for like an hour.
Why do we do this? Well, there's an ancient legend that if we do this,
ancient legend.
It's only been a couple generations. Somehow this becomes like a family tradition. They don't know why they're doing it anymore. Lost into the ages. Oh shit!
That's the new funeral.
That's the new funeral.
Everyone does it. Everyone becomes trees, and then your relatives just show you new TV shows and smush pizza into your tree trunks.
We joke about this, but this is a thing that happens in Asia, where they go. I'm not even joking. They'll go and they'll write diaries, and they'll write a year's worth of a diary, and they'll go put it, and they'll like
in a locker.
No, they just put it on like the grave.
They don't have locker. They don't have graves.
The tombstones.
They don't have those. There's too many bodies.
No, they still have them.
There's too many bodies.
Some people have them. I'm not saying everyone does this. Everyone goes and writes it. But I'm saying, like, they go there, they feed the dead, they leave food out. And at least with a tree, the tree's getting nutrients compared to this rock.
No, I remember watching this show on Vice called Off the Boat with Eddie Wong. Mm-hmm. And Eddie Wong, I believe, is South Korean.
Yes.
And he went with his dad in South Korea. And it's a great show. It's like a cooking show, but like a show more about food and cuisine and culture. He'll go to Miami. He'll go to Taiwan. He'll go out to all these places and meet up with somebody that he knows from the area, and they'll show him around, take him to the best places. But then there's one where he's visiting his dad in South Korea, and they go to his dad's, like the dad's dad,
the grandfather.
His grandfather. They have like these mass graves where it's just people will get cremated, and it's sort of like you'll go to this like bank type place, and everybody has these lockers where it's like the ashes are in a thing, and you'll go there and you'll give money. You'll just put money in there and stuff like that, or all these things are gifts. Because the idea is that like your spirit is still alive.
Yeah.
And you want to give them things like a book and all this kind of stuff. So it is what we're talking about. Just no tree and no smishing pizza.
They're missing out, man.
But
they're like, fuck, why doesn't someone bring me a fucking piece of pizza? I don't need goddamn money.
But you'll go there and you'll like talk as if they're still there. It's 'cause the idea is that the spirits are all still alive.
Yeah.
And Eddie was saying like he's not, so sure that he believes in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But he can sense how much it means to his dad, and he can sense how much it's a part of the culture. And it's like, that's a good show. Off the Boat with Eddie Wong. They've done like one season. I believe they're starting a second season. And he's like a restaurateur. He owns a bunch of restaurants.
It's interesting though, like these different cultures and how people sort of approach death differently.
And there's one episode where they're on the Bang Bus.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
He meets up with this porn star.
Fuck death.
And she's like, do you want to go on like a Bang Bus episode with me? He's like, yeah, I do.
Do I get to fuck anyone? Well,
well, that's how the episode ends, on the sort of note of, are these two gonna fuck?
Yeah.
Who knows? They probably did. I feel like I was saying to Adam, it's like, man, porn stars are probably like really chill. It's like they're also really dumb ones, but then they're the smart ones. It's like just like any girl. Like, it's like they must be so mellow because it's like sex is just their job, and they don't have to worry about money. They don't have to worry about getting guys.
Anything, sex for them is more like how sex should be. We're the only species who like looks at sex and is like, this is shameful.
Well, yeah, that's how sex should be. You should do it on camera. You should get paid like $5,000.
You know
put it on the
mean.
internet. That's how sex should be. Jason Church, everybody. I like his thinking.
I'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Just call me up. But no, just the idea of like how sex to them is not this big deal.
Well, Eddie Wong is like hanging out with this girl, and she doesn't seem like the brightest, cool, like whatever girl, but it's like, no, she seems like really chill. And
She's not the sharpest light bulb in the shed.
Yeah, and I was watching that Cass and G show where he interviews porn stars.
Those are really fun.
But it's like they're all really good sports about it. They know what they're in for, and it's like they're poking fun at their job. They don't seem stuck up or prissy at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like the fact that they have dicks inside them all the time has just made them super mellow.
Yeah. And also unfeeling.
Unfeeling.
Unfeeling. Where was I trying to go?
Well, you got to talk about your new place.
Right. That's where I don't even know how we were talking about deaths and shit. But yeah, no, I've been looking into buying a condo, and everything has sort of already been done. And the only thing I'm waiting to hear back on is financing, and then I'll be able to just sort of go off. And it's not very far away from where I currently live with my family, but I work from home.
And we were saying it's strange because where Jason is moving to, I used to live like 5 minutes from there.
Yeah,
but I just moved like onto the other side of the city, kind of.
I was looking for places over closer to you, but it's just
and who knows how long I'm going to be there for. It's like, I like the area, the place is okay that I'm staying at, but
we'll see. With me. It's only one bedroom.
In your bed.
No, I looked for 2 bedrooms because I thought like having a roommate might not be so bad, but too much. It increases the price too much.
And who knows? It's like you were saying that it's like in a year's time you might want to move somewhere else. It's like, maybe I'll suck your dick and I'll have that place.
And we'll just be really mellow about sex.
Yeah, we'll get into porn.
What?
Did my mic so like my mic shut off for a sec?
It sounds like all of them did, but
nope.
I think it was just the mic or headphones.
Yep.
No, because even for me, I was talking about like I want to buy this place
to make porno.
For a few reasons. One of them, like I was saying, I work from home doing game design.
One thing
stuff.
I've said to a lot of people on a number of occasions, we're not going to do porn.
No.
But porn is so fucking lucrative. It is ridiculous.
It is an industry that has no like cap. There's no cap. No one's saying we have too much porn. Nobody in the world is saying that.
There's no real there's no entry point in terms of capital. It's just you film some people fucking and you put it on the internet and you say, give me money, and you can watch it.
Not even that. Just put ads. Just put ads on it.
I
guess there are rules to like dictate what ads you can actually show on a pornographic site.
It's very hard to get advertising.
It's only other pornography things. So it's like, how do you make money? That's something we could
subscription is what I'm saying.
I wonder how many people actually like buy into that.
Lots. Losers.
Huh.
Losers who don't fucking
I just
know.
can't fathom.
Hey, I'll admit it. When I had oodles of money, yeah.
Did you?
Why not?
I don't know, because it's so easy to find things for free.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't need to look. There was one site where I was like, I like this site. I'm just going to get it, and every time there's something new, it'll just be ready for me. It was weekly updates, and it was like, all right, it wasn't that expensive. It was like, I don't need to go looking for it on something. It's like, no.
It is right here.
It was an investment in my own entertainment.
It's your Netflix subscription.
Yeah, it's just like anything else. I still go to that website. I don't pay them no more, though.
Yeah.
But still, now it's like, gotta go on some website, search for it, download it.
Find it somewhere else.
Squooge. Ghost Goo.
Wax.
Ghostgoo.com.
Ghostgoo.
That's the website.
But yeah, so I'm gonna buy a place. We're gonna start filming porn. But no, I'm looking at this as like a short-term sort of thing.
I would be so down to shoot one porn. Just one porn.
Like we just...
like we do it this time. I go for mine. I got the shine. So throw your hands up in the sky. It's Kanye.
We could do it.
I just like advertised on SuperRoboPlay. The first SuperRoboPlay porn is now available. But I wouldn't want it to be either of us.
No. Wait, what?
Well, no, I guess I would.
No, yeah, I think it'd have to be.
Here's how it would go down. We're talking. Your butt would be up in the air, and it would have to be like. Well, it would be me filming myself fucking a girl, and you couldn't be there at all.
Girl.
That would ruin the friendship.
You can't be there in the same room.
What? It's like, it's interesting, because it's like, would that ruin the friendship somehow, or would that somehow strengthen it?
Well, we've already seen each other naked. We do the episodes naked, don't we?
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep.
We're not hard, but that's just the next step.
Hey, man, when we're playing Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
With the warrior. those muscles.
Those muscles. I'm stoked, though. If I do, like, obviously I still haven't gotten the place. But if I do...
Poco girls.
Poco girls. Nothing but Poco girls. Yeah. I'm just like, it'll be nice just to be living on my own again. Like, I miss that. It's crazy. It's been 9 months since I moved back home.
I got a proposition for you.
What's that?
I'm going to make a trade.
I don't want your dad. Your dad can't come live with me.
Not my dad, but my family.
What?
We'll trade.
We'll trade what?
I got a cousin who lives in Poco.
I don't want your cousin.
You marry my cousin. I marry your cousin. We'll be cousins-in-law.
No. I'm not giving you my cousin.
We'll be cousins-in-law. That's not a thing.
That's not a thing, but no.
That's always what we've dreamed of. That's always what we've talked about, being cousins-in-law.
What?
It's always been our dream.
I don't know what that would make us.
Cousins-in-law.
I don't think so.
Blood is thicker than water. The covenant of blood.
That's weird.
Checking your phone?
No.
Checking your phone?
No.
I got a phone here. I'll check and see I got Snapchats.
But we've been recording for so long, we haven't talked about like the Xbox One or anything. So yeah, moving into a place, we'll talk about that later. Hopefully I get it.
Yeah, and you were saying aiming for September.
Aiming for September. That'd be moving in.
It's funny because it's like, I remember when I moved into my first place, it was like, now we can film so many things. We got like a dedicated place.
It's like your heart. You go, oh, but it's so much easier just to.
Oh yeah, or it's like, fuck it. No, but it's like, it would be nice to film some more things. Like,
we just won't have a car anymore.
Well, not even that. I'm saying, just like things. Right, but no, I was watching some stuff and I was telling you about CastMG, and I was like thinking, man, I don't know how many fucking years I've wanted to do like on the street stuff or do some stuff like the closest we've ever come is Pokemon Coning Adventure.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was a lot of fun. I think it's one of our funniest videos. That one still gets views, still gets comments, and not to do that again, but like, I'd love to do some on the street stuff.
I think you should. It was always me doing it. I'm like, you're better suited for
When
this.
Was it always you?
Always me.
When?
The only videos you've ever done for on the street, it's always me.
What? Pokemon?
The ones we did in high school?
But I did them too when we did the Pokemon one.
We didn't do that video though.
Well, we scrapped it. But we both
were doing it.
We both did it. But
I don't remember that. I think it was just me. Even in that little trailer, it's me.
Even the Rock Cycle, you were on camera, but there are times, I don't know. Fuck it. Who fucking cares? But I'm saying,
struck a nerve.
There is nobody doing like on the street sort of gaming stuff, and I think there has
Mega 64 still is.
No, but yeah, but like stuff like that. But I'm saying like interviewing people, they so rarely do that.
Like actual, just talking to people.
Yeah. It's like I would love to just take whatever the gaming news is, some Xbox One thing, and just make people on the street look dumb.
Have you heard about the Xbox One? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's just like, hey, what? The Xbox One has been announced, and just start making stuff up. It's going to have a camera that always
will watch you.
It's always taking pictures of you and sending them to the Microsoft servers onto the cloud. What do you think of that? Just like fuck around with people, because like Jimmy Kimmel does kind of bits like that, and those are really big. And I don't know if you're listening to this, watching this, whatever, and you want to do something, you want to see something like that, say it in the comments below, and sometime down the line, it's always something that I thought would be funny.
Oh yeah, if you ever have anything that you want to ask us or comment, great, do that.
Comment, you know how to
just type.
There are people who ask me questions. We're on Twitter. It's very easy to contact us.
Yeah, everywhere.
So, I guess we can move on to Xbox One.
I don't even want to talk all that much about it. You watch the presser. I watch the presser. It's a fucking stupid presser. I hear a lot of people defending it. I think Microsoft had a good reason to announce this, as they did, of just not really focusing on games, considering E3 is so close. But at the same time, it's like, who did they think would be watching this press conference? It would be people who were interested in like hardcore Microsoft fans. It wasn't your mom and dad. It wasn't, grandma sitting at home getting news from CNN. It was like, no, it's the hardcore gamers. They don't want to hear about your television stuff. They don't want to hear about your Madden stuff or your NFL stuff. Call of Duty, maybe. And it's just like, it seems such like a weird...
My thoughts are this.
Nothing? Got nothing?
No, it's so hard just to even phrase it. The press conference was garbage. But at the same time, there's something in my head that knows the Xbox One is a better console for Microsoft. That they are positioning themselves to have a better console that will make a bigger profit for them and allow for more control for them. But at the same time, that's not good for the consumer, and I think it could hurt them, and it already has based on what I've seen. There's so many people I've seen who are Xbox people who are not crazy about the used games thing, which is still fucking a huge mess, and nobody's quite explained how it works because they are making it up as they go along.
Well, they're waiting to see.
They have no idea what they're doing for that.
Yeah.
The fact that they've said, Nate, he's going to have a code you need to get if you give it to somebody else.
You have to pay
there's
$60.
There's temporary codes if you want to have your friend do it, but we'll have things with GameStop that you can trade in your used games, and GameStop can sell it for any price that they want, and you can get it from them, and we'll work out a deal with GameStop and places like that so that we get a cut of the money and the publishers get a cut of the money.
It's
confusing. Shut up. You're fucking... Everybody's just lying about things.
They want to see what people think about it. So then they can go, this is what everyone is not complaining about, and choose that one. It's weird. There's never been such unclarity between the different divisions of a company. Of each one just is saying something different, and it's confusing everyone else. It's like, do they legitimately not talk to each other? Where one person legitimately thinks it's one thing and another division thinks it's another thing? Like, it's just very confusing. But I think I agree in that I can see this Xbox dominating the marketplace.
This is a thing that's on Tumblr, and it's about Google. It's not about Microsoft, but I want to read this because it's applicable. What could possibly be evil about Google? They're only a huge multinational controlling our access to information while collecting data about who we are, what we buy, what our emails say, who we're friends with, who we sleep with, who we really want to sleep with, our hopes, our fears, our innermost dreams, and what you masturbated to at precisely 2:13 a.m. last Sunday. The sinister fuckers even know where we live because they have sent ominous little buggies with giant cameras on top down every road in the land to take photos of our front doors like a mad blackmailer would. Not that cameras with wheels are good enough for Google. No. They've recently shat out a load of terrifying promos for their eerie new Google Glass system, which means you can now put Google on your face. It will give you access to everything you see and hear. So even your firstborn's first fucking memory is going to be a parent looming over them with a machine on their face, monitoring their every move. You know that baby should count itself lucky Google Glass doesn't automatically push a digital cookie through its eye sockets directly into its little infant brain so Google can harvest its first impressions of the world and feed them into its fucking database. So that's a bit from a show called 10 O'Clock Live.
Yeah.
British show. But it's like, yeah, we are...
When you put it that way...
Well, it's like, how it's Big Brother with Google.
Yeah. And they're not intending it to do it maliciously.
They have fucking satellites that take pictures of everything. They send cars taking pictures of the entire world.
Yes.
They know where we live.
Yes.
They know our names. All of this information, the reason they want it is because Google makes their money through advertising. The better they know you and know where you live and know what you like, the better they can advertise to you. That is where the Xbox is going to succeed.
Yeah.
That they're going to put a camera in the front of your fucking living room that can count how many people are in the room. It can see your heartbeat. It can tell if you're tired. It can tell if you're blushing. It can tell if you're smiling. It can tell if you're sad.
It can probably tell what products you have in your room. Oh, look, you have a can of Coke. We're going to show you another Coke ad.
Or, oh, the Johnson family just came home right now. He's looking... Oh, his heartbeat is this... Oh, he looks like he could be hungry. They could all be hungry. Let's just put a thing on their screen because it's going to be running... They want to be in control of everything.
Yes.
They don't want to, we don't want to give you the best living room experience. No, they want to control your living room so they can advertise to you. Oh, look, the Johnson family looks hungry. Here's a deal from Pizza Hut. 2-for-1 pizzas for $21.99. Here you go.
Yeah.
And
it's literally just Xbox. Order pizza.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
Yeah. Xbox, whatever. And it's the fact that they're like, oh, isn't this great that Xbox, your fantasy score is on this? No, that'll just be for ads and deals and things like that they're just going to...
Want to unlock the full roster? Just subscribe to our Supreme channel for only $29.99 a month.
It'll just be for whatever you're watching. It's like... And the thing is, Xbox is going to have lucrative deals with Comcast for additional ads on top of their ads.
Yep.
Stuff like that, where Sony is just like, fuck that.
And that's, unfortunately, it's like Sony may lose because they're going to target gamers, but the quote-unquote gamer is not a huge market. It's big, but it's like, will that sustain them? Or is Sony going to be forced to go sort of the same route that Microsoft is doing in order to make the same amount of money?
As far as I'm concerned, it's this. Nintendo's out. They're done.
Yeah.
They're done now, and Xbox will take over that market. The people that bought the Wii are going to buy the Xbox One, and the gamers, and I bet a lot of people that had the 360 are going to defect back to PS4. I think a lot of the people that got the 360 got it because they had PS2s and they saw the Xbox 360 as the next thing, and it was the next thing. And with these two things coming out, they're going to go, well, maybe I'll go... PS4 seems like the new thing. Xbox, I've done that. I'm going to go to the other thing now.
I think especially that they're forcing people to use Kinect. That it will not run without the Kinect. And how people hated the Kinect. The Kinect only did well because they forced the living crap out of it down everyone's throat.
And it's just... I don't trust that thing. I don't trust Microsoft.
No.
And... They say in the press conference, oh, this is running on the Windows 8 kernel. This is Windows 8. Oh, the same Windows 8 that can be hacked, and how soon before... And it sounds ridiculous and paranoid, but it's not. How soon before somebody is able to take control of the Xbox One's camera?
And is watching us.
Yeah, and is watching you. And
the government now needs to seize control and gain access to it?
Well, what if I want to sit in front of my TV and smoke weed and...
Just going to get a little blanket and cover the camera.
Well, the same thing. It's like... What if,
I don't know.
What if I kill someone in front of my Xbox One? What if I stab someone right in front of my Xbox One? There's a murder, and the police...
Oh, I don't detect a heart anymore.
No, the police come in, and they go, oh, this thing, Xbox, we want to subpoena this information because are you recording it?
Yeah.
And there's going to be something. There's going to be some sort of lawsuit where it's just...
Yep.
Microsoft, be transparent about what you're doing, and it'll come out that, yeah, it's watching you all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That if they want to, they can watch you.
It makes you wonder if they're going to force people into like a terms of service agreement that allows them to do this beforehand.
Yes.
Like signing up.
Yes, they will. But it's like, are you going to be able to turn the Xbox around if you don't want it to look at you?
It's still listening, though.
Yeah. Are you able to cover it up? Or is it going to be like, what if it has a thing where it's like, oh, Xbox One can't see you right now. Can you please adjust it so it's able to see you?
Oh, shit.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah. No, there'd be no reason.
They want it so they can watch you, and they want to be like Google. They want to have information. They want to be in your home, and they want to make money off of ads.
It's so sad that tech could be so cool for games.
Yeah.
It could be so cool for games, but they have never thought of it as something that is for games.
Yeah.
And they just proved it. They proved it that, television, Xbox, TV, Xbox, order this, Xbox, go do... It's like, no, it's not for the game.
And the guy who was showing that off, he had a clicker in his pocket. He wasn't doing it live.
No, of course, they wouldn't do it live.
He was like, hey, look how fast that was. Do you see how fast that was? Dude.
You're lying through your teeth.
Yeah, it's like, this is nonsense. And just... And I don't know, the way that it was like... I was seriously questioning, it's like, am I the brainwashed one? Because I have a PlayStation 3 and am I so skewed? Or is everyone I'm seeing on Twitter the brainwashed one?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's so bizarre because it was like people were like really angry. People were really angry like, well, just wait until fucking E3 on June 10th. You'll fucking see the games then. It was like people were really defensive. Like it was a personal attack against them because I watched the Xbox One thing and was like, well, that was a fucking disaster.
Yeah. I mean, it was no, like, Nintendo, here's Wii Music.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Like, yeah, oh yeah, it could have been worse, but certainly wasn't good.
It wasn't that it was bad, embarrassing, like how Nintendo does. It's just like, Nintendo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like,
And
Nintendo,
now
you're drunk. Now it's just like, no, this is just not for me. This will never be for me. And it's kind of unsettling.
And this console is gigantic and ugly.
It's not that gigantic.
It's not. It can't sit up horizontal or vertical like this.
I don't think so, but I think it's only because if you look at it, like the disc tray takes up half the console, and it's about 2 disc trays.
I don't
wide.
know. From what I've seen, it's like from what I understand, it's like the size of that thing, the stand for your TV.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Not the same length, perhaps, but like it's pretty comparable to that.
Interesting. I'll need to relook at it. I just
Like,
saw. Yeah.
That VCR there. Like fucking maybe skinnier than that, but the same size. We're pointing at visual references that nobody can see, but it's not small.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. But at the same time, I wonder how important consoles really are gonna be. I think Microsoft is smart by doing this, because I think consoles are gonna have less of an importance as the future goes on.
Hopefully.
Because people are so wired into so many different devices that do the same thing more or less that they have no reason to have a dedicated system.
I was listening to a podcast and they were saying that they have effectively forced themselves into a winning position for the next console war because of that HDMI in. That if you have a PS4 and you have an Xbox One, you're going to run the PS4 feed into the Xbox One. Or you're going to...
So weird.
Yeah, which is insane, but it's like... Well, no, you're going to have something going through it, and it's going to take precedence over your entertainment. Because, you're going to run your cable box through it. But the same thing I was listening to was saying, I don't know any friends of mine who have cable. And that we were just raving about how great Netflix was.
Yeah.
I don't have cable. I have cable internet. I don't have cable TV.
I have no reason for it. My parents we're a part of a generation that does not require cable anymore.
Yeah.
It is I was talking to my dad.
I watch Mad Men every week. That's a show that I watch. I watch TV shows, but no, I just download them illegally. I don't give a fuck.
I was talking to my dad, and here's the thing that really got me was that he's from a generation who is grown up on television. That television is part of the culture and part of the way that you gain information and you are entertained. And he was always sort of baffled why I stopped effectively watching television 3 or 4 years ago when Lost finished. I finished watching Lost and was like, I don't need to watch TV anymore. Obviously, occasionally I'll sit down if people are watching it, but I mean like sitting down and just watching television. And he was away on a trip, and he's been getting into podcasts and stuff, and he was telling me, he's like, Jason, I was sitting down, I went to turn on the TV for like 5 minutes, and I stopped, and I realized, why would I sit here and let this thing dictate what I should watch when I could take control, open up my iPad, go to Netflix, go to my podcast, and watch whatever I wanted. I'm like, now you get it.
Yeah.
Now you get why I don't watch television anymore, because I can't stand sitting here flipping through channels and it's someone else saying, watch this, watch this, watch this.
Well,
it's like,
and they do watch a lot of recorded stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Which is like, that's the equivalent. I watch Girls, I watch Louie, I watch Mad Men, so Breaking Bad. I do watch TV. The idea of, okay, it's Sunday night, you're going to sit down, you're going to get some popcorn, and you're going to watch our TV show. And we're going to show you our ads and all this. It's like, no, those days are over now.
Yeah, it's just, why? Why would I do that? I don't want to spend my time doing that.
Well, I was trying to explain to someone just like how absurd it is that, like, somebody on Twitter said 100,000 people pirated Arrested Development, or 100,000 people pirated it and they refused to pay for Netflix. Fuck those people. And it had like 1,000 retweets.
Yeah.
People were like, how dare you like not get Netflix and watch the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah. I'm like, motherfucker, it's like that this old way of thinking. The reason Arrested Development got canceled in the first place is because nobody watched it on TV. It's like, no, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And people are pirating Arrested Development. Yeah, pirate Arrested Development. The people who were involved all got paid. That's already been done.
Yep.
And Netflix, it's like Netflix, if you have Netflix, you can watch Arrested Development. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are people who've signed up for Netflix just to get it. But it's like,
there's plenty of people who have signed up for Netflix, never will watch it.
Yeah, and it's just like, how we get our content from now on is, like you're saying with the consoles, it's becoming less of what you're using to get it with.
Yeah.
It's all there. It's all accessible.
Yeah. It's all very interesting. I think this next generation is going to be by far the most interesting that has ever occurred in terms of just new ways things are going to be
well, it's strange that a year ago we were like, we don't know if a new console generation is coming. And it's like,
we didn't need it.
Yeah, but it's like the things that they're introducing are just like, well, this changes things.
It does.
Yeah, where it's like...
For better and for worse.
The things that the Xbox One is doing, it's like, well, there are some good things and there's some definite bad things. And
I really hope people don't get us wrong and that we're only bashing it. It's like, the console itself, it's like, it could be cool. They haven't announced everything yet, of course.
I didn't like that controller. People were like, oh, the fucking thing... People have said for so damn long that this is the perfect controller. This is
He's holding an Xbox
360 controller. This is the perfect way. This is the perfect the way it can be done. Yeah. And then the new one comes out, and they're like, "Oh, we've changed this, we've changed this, we've changed this," and all the Xbox fans were like, "Oh yeah, this battery pack is out of place." Like the fact that it's inside, they're like, "Oh, now it's inside, and it changes the center of gravity of the Xbox." And people were like, well, "Yeah." It's like, are you kidding? Are you saying this has been the perfect thing, and then they introduce a new one, and you're so quick to go, "That's the perfect thing." There's so many problems with this one. I'm like, motherfuckers, that's what I've been saying for so many years. Yeah. This stupid battery pack. The only thing I like are the triggers, the Dreamcast triggers that they stole from Dreamcast.
Yes.
Buttons are ridiculous. The way these analog sticks are is not right.
I don't like them.
So it's not the worst controller, but the things that they've done.
I just hate
the triggers though. The pressure sensitive triggers and the
kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about that. I'm like, that's very cool. How you can have one vibrating and not the other one. I'm like, that's good.
Or have it so that there's like pressure resistance on your trigger for it's like a heavier gun will be a little bit harder to pull. Yeah. Even it's the subtle things. I like that.
Well, and there's different speeds of vibration.
Sony, copy it.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't care. Just copy it.
They haven't made the controller complete yet. Or it's like, oh, and it has this too. The same way they did 6-axis.
Yeah, pretty much.
It has this.
Oh, we just had to take out Rumble. It'll be back.
No, they're like, it'll fuck it up, so no Rumble. And then they're like, wait, I won't fuck it up. There's Rumble.
Yeah.
But no, PS3, PS4's controller, very sexy.
I like
Xbox's looks like Darth Vader's face. It looks.
I don't like the colors of the buttons. Although I don't really like the colors of the buttons on this one.
No, and the fonts. I guess it's an improvement. I'm not sure. I don't like how bubbly they are.
Yeah, it's
PlayStation 3 just flat,
matted.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll wait until E3, which is fucking next week, I think.
June 10th.
Isn't that what day is it? It's the 29th.
Yeah. So not next week.
A little bit over a week, but it's close, and I'm excited. God, I was so pissed. The guy I work with was like, "Oh, so are you coming to E3?" I'm like, "Are you offering to bring me to E3?" They're like, "Oh no, I thought you were just coming." You know, we all go down. It's like, motherfucker, don't tease me like that, you asshole. Because they're only an hour and a half away from the LA Convention Center. They go for free. And they're like, you could still go. I'm like, looking at it, $800 for a ticket, $1,100 for flights.
Trying to buy a condo.
Yeah, forget that. Sorry, next year maybe. I'm determined because I didn't realize it's so easy to get into E3. I have this preconceived notion that E3 is this like fortress of solitude that no one can. Cause when I was a kid, I was like, the E3 is the best.
We have people, our
I know,
our shitty machinima friends who go.
I know.
It's press.
We
could get it for our shitty YouTube stuff.
Hey,
if you're watching us on YouTube, blah, 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 you love us.
But he was saying it's like, it's you just prove that you're in the game industry and they'll let you in. He's like, you'd rather go to GDC for stuff, but it's like this is still something. It's fun. You get to play some games. You'll be waiting in line, admittedly, but it's like it's fun. I'm like, I just need to go next year. Just go and just experience it before it gets crazy.
RTX.
I've been thinking about that too.
RTX. I was thinking about that, and the only thing would just be, getting around Austin seems like it would be trouble.
My dad says you need a car.
Yeah.
Cardigo's there. I could talk to Cardigo and be like, hey, remember me?
Car2Go.
Cardigo. But he was saying, because I was telling him, I'm like, if there was a place in the U.S. that, and we'll wrap this up soon, we should do that. But if there's a place I'd want to go in the States, Austin seems like a very cool place. And he was saying, he's like, my company's based out of Austin. I could get you a job in Austin like that doing design or something. I was like, ooh. I'd hate it, but
I want to work at home like you, Daddy.
But it's like Austin would be just for like a year, something to live in Austin. Because I was also talking about with the place is like I'm buying a place that I can rent out. So if I leave, I can rent the place out.
Austin pussy.
Let's go to Austin.
Austin pussy.
Let's just move to Austin next year.
Austin pussy. Austin seems cool. Texas seems interesting. It's like Texas forever. Friday Night Lights.
Pretty much.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Just seeing look at my list. Is there anything else? We saw some movies, but maybe we'll get to that later rather than rush through them.
We both saw Iron Man 3.
What did you think of it?
There was that one moment where Don Cheadle. Yes, spoilers. There's this one moment where Don Cheadle is jumping from thing to thing to save the president who's in the Iron Patriot, and then he like rescues him. He's like, and the president's like, "Oh, thank you for saving me, Mr. Rhodes." And Don Cheadle says to him, Mr. President, you look good in that suit, but nigga, get the fuck out. I sort of the scene. He's like a little pussy boy. He's like, Mr. President, you look really good, but can't I have my suit back? Yeah. But I was like, there must be a take where he's like, nigga, get the fuck out my suit.
Well, bam!
To the president. Yeah. But no, I like Iron Patriot in that movie. And,
he's good, right? He's not overbearing, but it's like it's a good role.
Don Cheadle's a great actor. So he seems like a super fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah.
Fun movie. I liked it. It was obviously very different.
Very different.
Shakes up the formula, but it was nice. Fucking Pepper Potts is an alien now.
I don't know, but they fixed her apparently.
Just abs and just like, fuck you. Just like, what is going on? Tony, get away.
Tony, move.
She will explode.
No, the part I was talking about, the funniest line was the whole Mandarin thing. Mm-hmm. I did not see that coming at all.
I suspected something. It seemed like the way that they were setting it up. It's like, well, Guy Pearce is the bad guy, so what's up with this other guy?
because the thing is, when I heard about the Mandarin, I was like, who is this asshole? I'm looking in. He's talking about 10 rings. You can fly, blah, 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 blah. And I'm waiting. I'm like, what is going on with this character? Something is up with him. There's something weird. I don't know what's going on. And just, that role is so funny. He's so funny.
Ben Kingsley's a fantastic actor.
For him to just be so, like, self-aware of him as an actor, and just, it's like, this guy is the coolest. This is the guy who played Gandhi. He's so funny. It's just like, I want to see him do more.
Go see Hugo. He's really good in Hugo.
I should. Yeah. I should.
That's a movie that I think was really poorly marketed. It did well, but it's like, no, that's a really beautiful film about the history of cinema. You think about some stupid faggy boy in a train station. No, it's all about the history of film. It's like, it's Martin Scorsese's like ode to cinema. It's like really beautiful. Yeah. And he's great in it.
Yeah. Iron Man 3 though, fun movie. Really fun movie. I liked it. It was funny. It was funny. And yeah, the thing at the end, I really fucked with my dad. I was telling him the whole time. He's like, who's going to be at the end? I'm like, it's got to be the Hulk. I'm giving him all these reasons. And I'm like, he's like, no, it's going to be like Ant-Man or something. I'm like, it's going to be the Hulk. And at the end, he's like, how did you know? I'm just like, you could tell.
Nigga gonna be the Silver Surfer. He gonna fly the fucking there and say, yo, Iron Man, you wanna take a ride?
You wanna take a ride in this?
You wanna take a ride on my silver slide?
No. There's a little bit of controversy. So I guess we're ending the podcast on this note.
Sure.
X-Men, they just cast somebody to play Quicksilver in the new X-Men.
Okay.
Previously, Joss Whedon had announced that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were both going to be in the Avengers.
Yeah.
So now Quicksilver is going to be in both films.
What?
Nobody owns the rights.
Nobody wants Quicksilver.
Nobody owns the rights to him. In the X-Men universe, he is Magneto's son.
Yeah. It's not the case anymore, I guess.
In the Avengers, well, no, that'll be the case in the X-Men film.
I suppose.
In the Avengers film, he will not be referred to as Magneto's son.
He'll just be Quicksilver.
Yeah, he'll just be Quicksilver, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. But
it's played by the same actor. Just to really fuck with people.
Oh, and I guess final note, some of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 stuff. Oh.
What?
Rough.
Oh, really?
There's one picture of Paul Giamatti as the Rhino, just covered in tattoos, wearing like, I don't know, like almost Guido outfit, but his pants are down. He's in his underwear, and he's just like looking at Spider-Man like, you rascal. And Spider-Man is holding a baguette. And it's a set photo that came out. And it's just like...
Please be bloopers. Please be bloopers.
Please don't let this movie happen. And then photos of him in Paul Giamatti in this CGI mech suit.
Yeah. So
it's like, oh, he is going to be Rhino. He's going to be not just some like, oh, I'm the Rhino. But no, he is going to be a gigantic Rhino man. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2, they're going to be introducing Harry Osborn.
I know.
Introducing Mary Jane, introducing Norman Osborn, and the villains are going to be Rhino,
Electro,
and the Green Goblin.
Good night, America.
Thank you, Mark Webb.